Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and today's video is going to be all about the brand new release from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Prism palette. Now this is an absolutely gorgeous palette. It is their holiday release. I'm gonna bring it up close so you guys can see all of that detail to it. It's a gorgeous matte velvety black. Has the exact same packaging layout as the Modern Renaissance as well as the Subculture palette. The same 14 shade amount as the other palettes. This is the color layout. And I was super excited to pick this up as the holiday release, and I created this eye makeup look with it. First I'm going to talk about this palette and my review about it, and then we'll go into swatches, and then you guys can see this tutorial if you'd like to know how I did my makeup. So first and foremost, I've just used this palette and I believe that it performs much like the Subculture palette in that the matte shades do kick up quite a bit of dust, and I find that the darker shades definitely have a lot of fallout. You're gonna see as I go into the tutorial that I struggle a lot with the color Obsidian, which is this black. I'll admit to you right off the bat that this is not my favorite black. If I were to tell you my favorite black, it would probably be Shacks by Kat Von D, which is in her Shade and Light Eye palette, which is a totally matte palette, or Bulletproof by Sugar Pill. Both of those black eyeshadows are ultra pigmented, very buttery, don't have too much fallout for how pigmented they are. I mean, they do have a little bit of kick up. It's very, very hard to find a beautiful buttery matte shadow that blends well, that doesn't kick up some dust. And so take that as a grain of salt with everything that I say about the Prism palette, because it is a gorgeous palette. You'll also notice that I didn't have foundation and everything on until the very end, right before I put on lashes, because I just know the nature of I know the nature of dark eyeshadow. Unless you have like shadow shields or tape, or you're super, super confident and have a very light hand and build up very slowly, it's just smarter to do your foundation afterwards and wipe away all the fallout, because I also have like big cheeks, so everything just kind of collects in this little half moon shape under my eye. I just know better now. All of these shades are absolutely stunning. I would say that if you're a huge fan of Anastasia and you are dying for a new release, then to pick this up, because it definitely has some cool colors in it. All of the shadows performed really beautifully. The shimmers, there are a lot of shimmers in here, and I would recommend wetting all of them. The inner corner of my eye, I used the color Lucid and I did it dry. That's because I wanted a little bit less of an intense color payoff, but if you want the full pigmentation of a lot of these colors, keep in mind I did finger swatches, not brush swatches, and there's a bit of oil on the finger, so it helps apply the shadow better to the arm or to the eye. So I would either go in with a finger or with a spray on a brush just to dampen the brush and have that color be more true to what it is in the pan. But overall, this is a beautiful palette. It does range for $42 like all of the other Anastasia 14 pan eyeshadow palettes go for. I think it's a really beautiful palette. I'm never really disappointed by Anastasia shadows. The only one, like I said, that I was disappointed by was Obsidian. With all that in mind, let me show you the swatches. So keeping all of that in mind as far as my review, let's go into the swatches. This shimmering champagne right here is Lucid. This warm pinky coral is Eden. This yellowy peach color is called Unity. This warm brown with shimmer running through it is called Sphinx. This navy with a purple and gold duochrome is called Osiris. This bright chartreuse color is called Sphere. This black is Obsidian. This pewter with a gold and purple reflect running through it is called Dimension. The brown is Parallel. The shimmering gold is Pyramid. Throne is a green with a blue duochrome to it. Saturn is a burnt reddish orange. Eternal is a warm shimmering pumpkiny gold. And this last color is Lure, and it's kind of like a pinky mauve. And this is the Prism palette. Onto the makeup tutorial. Starting off with the color Unity, I'm going to be buffing that above my crease with a fluffy blending brush and using that as a transition shade. With the same brush, I'm picking up the eyeshadow in the color Lure and buffing that slightly below where we just placed Unity. Picking up more of Lure on my Sigma E45 tapered blending brush, I am beginning to map out a halo eyeshadow look by placing the color in my inner and outer corner, layering until I have the desired opacity. And I'm blending it out with the initial blending brush. With color Parallel, I'm intensifying the outer and inner smoke by patting the shadow on with a slightly smaller BH Cosmetics 132 brush. I'm also taking that color and mimicking the halo on my lower lash line. I am then blending that all out with the brush I initially used. I'm now packing on more of Parallel in the outer corners to intensify the look. For this look, it's key to apply thin layers of shadow and blend between each step for a smooth transition. Picking up a bit more of Unity, I'm just going to be pressing that into the middle of my eye to make sure I have a negative space for shadow later. With the matte black color in the palette, Obsidian, I'm packing that onto the inner and outer corners of the lid in the same place we've been applying all the other shadows with the short shader end of the brush that comes with the palette. And I'm repeating the same steps as with the other colors, applying the color, blending the edges, and applying more to intensify. Using some Pixie Glow Mist, I am using a damp brush with Osiris and finessing that onto the center of the eye, patting out the edges. I'm then using the color Dimension on another damp brush underneath my eye and on top of Osiris in the center of the lid to add a bright pop of color and high shine. With the color Lucid on a pencil brush, I'm applying that to the inner corner of the eye and brow bone for a finishing glow. After curling my lashes and applying mascara, I'm going to be popping on my lashes by a brand called CRAVE lashes in the pair Red Velvet. And this is the completed eye look. I thought I'd show you as a finishing touch, I'm going to be putting on the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in the color Chill Zone, which is a perfect dark smoky gray. And this is the entire look completed now with the lipstick. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe, of course, as always, because I have a lot of new videos and content coming for you guys, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of it. Don't forget to check out my social media links down below as well, because I update those daily, and I will speak to you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Bye!